Uh, the subtitle is "Trump will smash the left and win." Do you? Is that your prognostication?
That's my faith is. Well, first of all, in the book Blitz, I describe how Trump disarms the left, why it's difficult for them to defeat him. When you think of it, I mean, they have the whole intellectual, cultural establishment. They have all these despicable media people battering him every day. My book explains why he can prevail in those circumstances, why he reaches, is able to reach people. One of the things is that I've always described myself as a second thoughter. I began on the left. That's how I know how malevolent and evil they are. Well, Trump also, most of his adult career was spent pretty much as a liberal. So he has, and he wrote a book in 20 years ago, in 2000, which he comes out for school choice in the defense of inner city black kids who are getting a raw deal from, he doesn't pin that on the Democratic Party, although that's where it needs to be pinned, but we're getting a raw deal from the school systems in our inner cities. So he had a confidence. It's the same reason that I'm as outspoken as I am. I mean, partly I have my center as independent. I can't be deplatformed. Well, I could be deplatformed. I have been, actually. But I don't have a lot to risk in this battle, the way somebody, like Tucker Carlson, a very courageous guy, calling it like it is, but he could be fired. You just don't know if you're out there in public. And so I think that Trump was confident in his moral values from having been, brought up with, as it were, the civil rights movement. He even got awards. And that allowed him to go right in the face of his enemies. And people, the reason that his supporters are so loyal is they see the wounds this guy is taking to them and standing up to it. You got to love him for that. He's got faults. Courage, lacking courage is not one of them.
That's
and
right.
That's making all the difference.
Yeah.
It's because I think the American people are not stupid. As a people, there are lots of stupid people among us, but as a people, they're not stupid. And they can see the Democrats, they want open borders. They support our enemies. I mean, side with China in the coronavirus. That was in effect, a biological weapon they used against the rest of the world. And the Democratic Party is blaming Trump and defending World Health Organization, which is run by a terrorist.
Wait, you're breaking.
What the Democrats are willing to do, but it is a treasonous party, and I think most Americans are patriotic.
Let me read something from your book. Give people an idea why this is so important. It's a very brief book. The top 10 lies the Democrats have told you. And let me read you number 4 from his book, Blitz. Slavery and racism are America's true heritage. His answer, no, freedom is. That's exactly right. Everyone in the world, every society on earth, black societies, white societies, Arab societies, all practiced slavery. The legacy of America, the heritage of America, is freedom. That's go on.
It's the big lie. I mean, Al Sharpton said white people had their knee on the necks of blacks for 401 years. Well, that's 1619. There was no America in 1619. It was an English colony. And as a matter of fact, in Virginia, where the 20 alleged slaves were shipped, which is why the left wants to make that our founding, they were indentured servants like the rest of labor in Virginia. Virginia outlawed slavery at the time. It wasn't instituted till the end of the 17th century. And America was born with this revolutionary idea. I mean, slavery had been accepted by all societies and all moral teachers for 3,000 years until, as it happens, Protestant Christians said it was immoral. And Thomas Jefferson wrote into the Declaration of Independence not only that all men are created equal, but they have a God-given right to liberty. Within 87 years, that's the duration of slavery in America. First of all, they started freeing the slaves in the North. They were, I think, all freed by 1807, and the slave trade was outlawed. But, you know, they shrank from going to war with the South because the South was strong, and it would have allied with the British who had burned the White House. But 87 years later, at the cost of 350,000 mainly white lives, the slaves were free. Slavery was abolished. That's the Emancipation Proclamation. 87 years, not 401. And then the brute fact of the matter is all the slaves shipped to America were enslaved by black Africans. You know, you even hear Mitch McConnell bowing to these lies.
That's right.